Mary lived in a small town by the sea. She worked in a little bookshop, where she spent her days surrounded by stories of love, adventure, and hope. She believed in love, but she had never found it herself. Sometimes, she wondered if love was only something that existed in books. Her town was peaceful, with narrow streets filled with flowers and small cafes. But for Mary, life felt quiet, almost too quiet. She longed for something more, something that made her heart race and her soul feel alive. One evening, as the sun was setting over the ocean, Mary decided to take a walk along the shore. The cool wind played with her hair, and the waves kissed her feet. Then, she saw him. A tall man with dark hair stood near the water, gazing at the horizon. His name was Daniel, and he was new in town. He had moved there to escape the noise of the city, hoping to find peace in the sound of the waves. But deep inside, he, too, was searching for something, though he wasn't sure what. Mary hesitated for a moment, but then she gathered her courage and walked up to him. "It's a beautiful sunset, isn't it?" she said gently. Daniel turned to look at her. "Yes, it's the most beautiful thing I've seen in a long time," he said with a small smile. They stood there for a moment, watching the sky change colors. The golden light reflected in the water, painting the waves in shades of pink and orange. It was a simple moment, but it felt special. From that evening on, Mary and Daniel started seeing each other more often. Every day, they met by the sea, watching the sunset and talking about life. Mary told Daniel about her love for books, how she could spend hours lost in stories of romance and adventure. Daniel told her about his life in the city, how he had once been too busy to notice the beauty of the world around him. They laughed together, shared their dreams, and slowly, without even realizing it, they fell in love. One evening, as they walked along the shore, Daniel stopped and looked at Mary. The wind was gentle, and the sky was painted with deep shades of red and purple. "Mary," he said softly, "you make my world brighter. I never believed in love before, but now, when I look at you, I feel like I have found my home." Mary's heart raced. She had dreamed of love, but she had never expected it to feel this real. "I feel the same, Daniel," she whispered. "Being with you is like living in the most beautiful story." Daniel smiled, then gently took her hand. "Then let's make this story last forever." Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Their love grew deeper with each passing day. They spent their mornings in the bookshop, where Daniel helped Mary organize books. And their evenings by the sea, watching the sky change as the sun disappeared beyond the horizon. One day, a storm hit the town. The wind howled, the rain poured, and the waves crashed against the shore. Mary worried that the storm would wash away the memories they had made together. But Daniel was there, standing beside her, holding her hand. "Storms come and go," he told her, brushing a strand of wet hair from her face. "But love stays." And she believed him. After the storm passed, they continued their routine, meeting by the sea, sharing their dreams, and writing their love story one day at a time. Then, one evening, Daniel took Mary to a quiet spot on the beach. He held her hands and looked into her eyes, his heart full of love. "I don't want this to be just a story, Mary. I want this to be forever," he said. Mary felt tears in her eyes, but they were happy tears. "Forever," she whispered. And there, under the vast sky filled with stars, Daniel got down on one knee and asked Mary to be his forever. Years passed, but their love never faded. Every evening, they watched the sunset together, just as they had on that first night. Because for them, love was not just a moment, it was a lifetime.